Hi, friends. So let's move on to the second limb of yoga, of the Ashtanga, which is niyams. Niyams are practices and principles of how you interact with yourself, how you cultivate a positive environment within yourself. So the first niyam is Shaucha. Shaucha means cleanliness. And it doesn't just mean the cleanliness of the space that you are living in, not just how clean you keep your home and your bedroom and your handbag and your car, but it's also how clean do you keep your body, how clean do you keep your mind. This practice invites us to take care of ourselves at every level: physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What kind of thoughts are entering your mind? Are they thoughts that nourish you? Are they thoughts that feed your soul? Or are they thoughts that bring your vibration down? Or they affect you in a way that is not suitable for your personal growth? A small practice you can do to practice Shaucha is to make sure that the space that you inhabit is clean. And when you have an uncluttered space, you have an uncluttered mind. The second niyam is Santosha. Santosha means contentment, being at peace with what you have, what you are in this moment, finding joy in the present moment, just as it is showing up in your life right now. It's so easy in the world that we live in to chase after more and more and more. Santosha teaches us to be grateful and to be content with what we have right now in this moment. A small practice for Santosha is the practice of gratitude. Take a moment and find 5 things that you are grateful for in your life. And this is a practice that you can do every night before going to bed. Just recall on your fingers 5 things that you are grateful for before you go to bed. And they could be things that may seem simple to you, like having a roof over your head, like having shoes to wear, like having food on the table. Showing gratitude for the big and the small things creates a life of contentment. The third niyam is tapas. Tapas means discipline. Tapas is kind of the fire that we all need, that will keep us structured, that will keep us showing up, that will help us stay persistent. Even when the circumstances are hard, to stay committed to your goals, to show up, to keep striving is what tapas is about. It is that fire inside us that helps us transform. So a small practice that you could inculcate in your daily life for tapas is to see where in your life could you bring a little bit more discipline, where could you be a little bit more structured, how could you put in a micro habit that will allow you to achieve your goals. Remember, tapas isn't about perfection. It's about discipline. It's about committing to yourself. It's about showing up every day and bringing that discipline to your life. The fourth niyam is Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya means self-study. It is taking the time to gaze at yourself, to self-reflect, to observe your actions, to observe your behavior, to take time alone with yourself, to know where can you change, what needs more attention inside of you, what are you hoping to transform. None of this is possible unless you indulge in Svadhyaya. You give yourself time to study and to self-reflect. It's about getting to know yourself, asking yourself the tough questions, helping yourself evolve. And evolution can only come when we are open to growth. A practice of Svadhyaya is asking yourself, what are the patterns in my life? What do I keep repeating over and over again that brings results that may not be satisfying to me? What can I learn about myself from my patterns? The fifth niyam is Ishvarapranidhana. Ishvarapranidhana means that ultimately we surrender to the divine. We show up, we practice ahimsa, non-stealing. We practice honesty, gratitude, contentment, Santosha. We practice Svadhyaya. We practice everything that we have studied so far. And ultimately, we just surrender to the divine. We do our best and then we let it go, knowing that we are going to make the effort that we want to, that we need to, but that we can let everything beyond that point, let it be surrendered to God, to the divine plan, because ultimately the divine plan is way more vast and bigger than we can ever imagine. It's about doing your best and finding peace in the unknown and not being attached to outcomes. Okay, so a small practice that you could do of this fifth niyam, Ishvarapranidhana, is just observing, where are you a little too attached to outcomes? Where can you just do your best, show up in your best form, and then let the rest be and allow life to unfold the way that it needs to? So the yamas and the niyams aren't just rules, they are a way of being with yourself. And when you inculcate the foundation of being kind to yourself, of practicing gratitude, non-stealing, non-attachment, taking the time to listen to yourself, to self-reflect, and on, you realize that it affects the way that you show up in the world. It affects your interactions with the world. So any transformation, any alchemy that has to take place for us has to start on the inside. And the yamas and the niyams help us to get there. So whether you're someone who practices asana on a daily basis or not, you can still use the 8 limbs of yoga to enrich your life, to deepen your life, to deepen your experience of life, to live a more evolved life. So take a deep breath and explore these practices. Explore the connection that they help you develop with yourself and then in turn with the world around you. Remember, it's never about perfection. It's about progress. It's about connecting. It's about finding alignment within so that when you go out there in the world, you can bring that alignment to the world around you.